It's my moment.
We missed that song, man.
Man, do miss our theme song, man.
Make
Hey,
me
man, we might have to see
rather
if I can
cry.
find it. I'm gonna clip up an old one and throw it back in there.
It's a bit. What's going on, Chuck
Hey, man,
Boys, man?
how y'all fellas feeling, man? How was the weekend? The Valentine's Day, how y'all fellas out here doing?
Man,
Everything
y'all the
was
boys on
good.
here.
Valentine's Day was
Y'all the ones
cool.
cupped up for Valentine's Day. I was about to say, Carter, what's your Valentine's Day cupcake stories, man? Got anything for us?
Oh man, it was cool. Yeah, no, I ain't really got too much. It was cool. It was
I
cool.
feel it,
Regular
man.
meal.
My wallet got stolen on Saturday, fellas. It was a slip up by me. Left my car unlocked overnight. Someone caught me slipping. I'd never do that, but luckily I ain't have my ID in there, like my social security card. So all I gotta do is get new debit cards. But you know how that is. That's a pain. So, other than that, I'm
Dang,
good.
It
dang.
is.
So
You got to
you
switch
was
everything
you was the one
over.
out here.
Yeah, bro, is that going Apple paying it up for everything? You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Like I said, whoever got the wallet, they had to as soon as they started trying to try stuff. You know what I mean? Everything was probably getting declined, so I don't know how far they got with that. But it was a nice wallet, bro. That's the main thing. I had a nice little sleek wallet. I had to go back to the bulky joint. I was like, man, I ain't walking around with this no more, man. I gotta go. I gotta get me something. So
That just mess up your
yeah,
back posture. Sitting on it all the
fact,
time. You
fact,
be like, man.
yeah, yeah, man.
Man, you the one out here giving out gifts. Sound like
Nah,
over the holiday.
never that, bro.
You know.
Holidays is over, B. Yeah,
Hey,
man.
man. Hey, you a 10-year vet over here. I ain't gotta do too much. A little gift card. Love you. Go about your day.
I
Like
feel that.
we've been doing this too long. So
It's for the ladies.
yeah,
We know that.
yeah. I probably got more for my daughters.
I feel that.
So
Yeah, man.
yeah, man. But fellas, you already know what we here for. Give the people what they want. Anytime we miss a little bit of time, the phone start blowing up. All 57 subscribers be like, where y'all at? You know, Fi- 57 texts at one time is a lot.
It's crazy.
So,
It's a lot of demand.
but we back. Uh, Super Bowls happened since we last pod. All Star Weekend. We got Adams trivia, of course. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Panthers. But if you're here with us, y'all know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe, and fellas, we're going to get to it. We just had the All Star Weekend. 3-point competition, dunk contest, new format, All Star game. It's a lot of stuff we could talk about. Where y'all fellas want to start out with it, and we can go from there.
Man, I'm gonna start with man Chris Paul and Wemby getting disqualified. If that wasn't the most Chris Paul thing of all time, bruh. Like, come on, bruh. The NBA already got people with rating issues. The very first thing or the very first contest, All Star Saturday, these niggas trying to daggone find a loophole, bruh. I said, man, come on, bruh. What kind of mess is this, bruh? I'm
Why you
like,
say it's the
yeah,
most Chris Paul thing ever, bro?
the most Chris
Cause
Paul,
that's Chris Paul.
cause that's just Chris Paul, man, old cheating ass. I ain't never forgot when he hit Julius Hodge in the balls, bruh, at Wake Forest. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He
that's
been
real.
dirty for the whole time, but Brandon Ingram caught him with that 2-piece. We ain't forgot about it. You know what I'm
Yeah, that's real.
saying?
He had
So,
to. He had to.
he always doing something with the rules, bruh. It would be him being something fishy, brother. The former president of the Players Association trying to bend the
Man,
rules at the All Star Weekend for the fans. Like,
that
bro,
was
go sit
crazy.
somewhere, bro.
Look, but the NBA only reacted like that because of the fans. Because I was listening to Mark Spears say it on NBA Today. He said Draymond overheard Wemby asking like 5 different people, "If I do this, is it okay?" And they gave him the thumbs up. So I think that they were like, I mean, I guess we haven't made a rule for it, but because everybody was booing it and they had beat everybody else's time by like 20 seconds, they were like, "No, we can't let this
They
Bro,
ride, bro."
had to,
20.
bro.
It was more like a minute because they had 47 and everybody else was coming around like 150.
Yeah,
Like,
That's right.
120.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
like,
right. You're right.
yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, that
And
was
they could
crazy.
have still did it. Just thrown it more towards the goal.
Act like a
Yeah.
But yeah,
shot. You know what I'm saying? Could have just been a
Right.
quick release
It
shot.
could have,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Somebody's still gonna try to probably play with it. You know what I mean? Like later on, if you just toss them shots up super quick, because they can't really say nothing if they kind of on target, but you're just doing it super fast. That was funny though, bro. That was funny.
I was like, man, Chris Paul strikes again.
Man,
man. Yeah, I've always been a bit of a CP3 hater, so I'm not going to defend him. Like that was horrible. But eh,
But besides that,
speaking
though,
on
man,
horrible, the three.
I thought the dunk contest was cool, man. I thought, 3-point contest was cool too. But I thought Max did good in the dunk contest. I was a little iffy at the beginning because I saw an interview with him saying that he had put in like the most practice, the most preparation that he ever did in any dunk contest. So I was like, man, he's about to blow it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, oh, it didn't got too big for him. But nah, that was whatever he did. He need to keep doing. Made every dunk first try. Like he showed out, bro. He put on a show with that one. And Stephon Castle wasn't terrible either. You know what I'm saying?
Stephon was good.
Max
Stephon
was
was
just
good.
different. You know what I'm saying? But
Mac is
Stephon had a good outing too. You know what I'm saying? So
Mac is a good ball player, but he's a professional dunker. Like, when they
yeah,
talk about
I'm
getting
gonna
these
call him
dudes
Mac.
off the street, that you're gonna find dudes like Mac. I actually seen a clip on YouTube. I think it was Dwight Howard and somebody else. I had some dudes in the gym and they were doing crazy stuff. Like some of it wasn't even like if you remember the AG dunk where he was using the dude on the round and round. The
Yes.
dunk itself wasn't even that crazy. It was just super athletic. You got to see his ranginess, and it had to be perfectly coordinated. These dudes was doing stuff like that, jumping over 4 people, windmilling it, looking like Derrick Jones Jr. out there. I said, if you get like at least you got to have 1 or 2 stars to kind of make it interesting, right? But if you get 1 or 2 dudes in the league who they're known for dunking, and then you get some of these other cats out here who like professional dunkers, I think that's the best way to go with it, bro. The
Yeah,
dunk contest ain't dead, bro. You just got to get the right people in there.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you really just need at least 2, because if you got
Yeah,
2, like what we saw with the Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon going back to back, like those
make it
was 2
work.
great years.
Yeah,
Yeah, like just Mac didn't have nobody. Like Castle tried, but like they say, with them not being stars, like being on that stage, like them dudes ain't
Him-
ain't ready
I
for it.
mean,
Literally, the whole gym
you can
yeah,
just.
looking at you.
I think you could just tell that Mac had time. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly,
he is in the G
exactly.
League. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, you
Stephon
got
Cal,
plenty of time.
everybody in the dunk contest is getting decent minutes out there, so they
Yeah,
didn't have time or on their respective teams, so they didn't really have time to
100%.
really put in that work. Like he was going. It was a video today I saw on Twitter of him practicing with the car in the gym. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I know them dudes didn't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? They had real back to
yeah. I mean, he
backs.
was getting everything first try. Like that is
Bruh,
crazy.
this is
That was
he did his
insane,
thing,
bro.
man. Kudos to him. Hats off for real. That was I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the Saturday night. Besides
Yeah,
the cheating,
Yeah, yeah, and going with that, like I think part of it too is like he done did it 3 times. Like I remember when Castle kept missing between the legs, VC kept just saying, "Hey, he just need to slow down," and that some of that just be nerves,
yeah,
especially with them boys being young. But
yeah,
yeah, man, Saturday wasn't bad. The 3-point competition for me was a little lackluster. Like
yeah,
that second round was a lot of misses. It
yeah,
was a lot of low scores.
yeah.
Like
yeah.
I would
I
have
mean,
liked to see
yeah,
Steph
it,
in
it
it.
wasn't great.
I would have liked to see Steph in it, but I know he's a little older. But
I've just seen Steph in it so many times. For me, it's like I'm just glad he did. I mean, Steph has had to do it maybe 3-4 times, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
he won it, and then he did it again for Charlotte, and
lost to Clay.
yeah. I mean, I just think he's done it enough. Like that's the one good thing. And with 3-point shooting, we usually always get the best shooters. They're gonna try it at least one time or another. You know what I'm saying? And then you
Yeah,
get just random dudes. I be feeling weird when like dudes like Norman Powell, who they're rhythm shooters. He can catch and shoot, but they're rhythm shooters. And he started off so cold, bro. I was like, damn, I hope he don't have like 5 points or something crazy like that. You know what I mean? I feel like that would be embarrassing. Embarrassing.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was a little bit of a dub, but you know, it was still for is what I feel like the Saturdays ain't what we grew up with, but it's
Yeah.
still it's still solid for
Who
what it is now.
who do y'all want to see in like I don't know, I kind of answered it. I don't know if there's anybody that we craving to see for 3-point shootout, but who do y'all want to see in a dunk contest?
For me, I would like to see I would like to see Ja while he still got a little bounce. That would kind of be the main one. It used to be Zion, but with Zion injuries, like I don't know if I would want to. Yeah, I don't know if Zion would make sense right now.
Yeah.
Um, man, bring Zach back. He still got a little bounce.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't
but
think I'm.
outside of that, I can't. But
I like to
so many
see.
people shoot now. Like I can't. I was just about to say real quick. So many people shoot now. Like I can't think offhand of like the dunkers. Like just the people who coming down the lane, rising up. Like I can't think of those people right now. Like outside of Ja, like it's not many who's just on a nightly basis yamming. Like everybody's shooting.
I mean, they're
I
still out there.
I like to
Go
see
ahead.
Kenyon Martin Jr. I'd like to see him out
Yeah, that'd
there.
be a good one.
I would like to
Yeah, he got
see.
bounced.
That's a good one.
I like to see Bronny out there. I give him a
He got
try.
bounced.
I would like
Yeah.
to see. I mean, I like to see Derrick Jones Jr. do it again. You know what I'm saying? Give us another try. He's still
Mm-hmm.
flying around. I know he's a little bit older, but he's still flying around.
Yeah.
I think Zach and Aaron Gordon are both like that. I think they're a little bit up there. I think Ja too for the fans' sake, but I just don't know if Ja. He kind of like Ant to me. I feel like I don't know if he really got tricks for real. You know what I'm saying? I think he's just like an in-game
Yeah.
Oh,
dunker.
Yeah. And
But
some people
I don't
like
know.
that
I'd
because you
still be
remember how
interested to
Rudy
see.
Gay.
Huh?
I say you remember how Rudy Gay was. Like I thought for
Yeah.
sure he was gonna go into the dunk contest and do something crazy, and he's just like an in-game dunker. He was doing dunks that he would do. That's when I saw Rudy Gay's dunk contest. That's when I first realized I was like, maybe LeBron wouldn't be that good at this. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
LeBron is so nice. My only argument for dudes like Zion and LeBron, I can't really put Giannis into that because Giannis is such a basic dunker. But I have no interest in trying to see him in the dunk contest. But LeBron and Zion, I think they could do something so powerful and so strong, it would just take the air out the gym. You know what I'm saying? Where you like,
Yeah.
even if it's just a 360 windmill, the way they like, you remember when Zion did the 360 at Duke? It didn't look like a normal 360. Like he did the 360 and it was like he paused in the air, looked like he was looking in the rim and just flushed it in. It looked crazy, bro. Like if you do that in a dunk contest, people are gonna be looking at you like, yo, what was that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was that, bro?
Yeah.
So
but you can win as a power dunker. Like Dominique won as a power dunker.
it was a
Um,
lot more basic back then, though. You could win with a
Yeah.
between the legs
true,
dunk back
I
then.
like I
You know what
like
I'm
to see
true,
saying?
Miles
true.
Bridges in there too. I like to see Miles Bridges in
Didn't
there.
Miles already do it?
I think he
I
did,
thought
but
Miles already did it.
I think he probably
Yeah,
did. He probably did it when he was
Yeah,
in Charlotte. I bet it would only make sense.
but
yeah,
but out of the All Stars, I mean, I forgot all about Anthony Edwards, but Anthony Edwards and Ja, as far as All Stars, the only two that I can think of
yeah,
at the moment that kind of makes sense.
yeah.
Like,
Tatum could probably do something, but he don't really. He's long. He's rangy. I don't really know.
Yeah.
Like him and Jaylen Brown, they don't really be doing nothing crazy. They might be more in-game dunkers too.
Tatum need
So
to stay out
you're
that
right.
contest. He don't need no parts of
Out
that
of the
dunk
stars, you
contest.
might be right. Like a dude like Ja might be the only dude we really clamoring to see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm even trying to look at the young bucks who's coming up with the young dudes, and I can't think of nobody. Somebody like a Rob Dillingham might surprise you because he is super
That's
athletic.
what I was doing.
So,
I was thinking him.
you know what I'm saying?
Maybe throw
Yeah.
Durant in there, but I don't think he got. He's just tall. I don't think he got tricks either. But who
I don't want to
knows?
see him.
Oh, I'm tripping. Shaden Sharp. I'm tripping. He should definitely be in there.
Shaden did it one year, but he ain't do nothing too crazy. He did it his
Oh,
rookie year. Yeah, he did his
oh
rookie year,
yeah.
but that would
Okay.
be. I think like the competition though does matter because if you throw Shaden in there and there's nobodies, he might not be as hyped to do it. You throw Shaden in there with Ja, Zion, Mac, like I think the dudes is gonna really try to put on a show. Ain't nobody
Yeah.
gonna try to get shown up, you know. So
100%.
yeah, man.
yeah. But then, we had Sunday, the new format, the little tournament. I personally liked it from the aspect that they competed more, especially like with the OGs when they went against the young dudes. Like you can tell they weren't gonna let them young dudes beat them. I hated like it was just a little too much performances. I I like Kevin Hart, but like the whole like fake record park and we're gonna have somebody, talking in the stadium, like that joint was a little trash to me. But for the actual basketball, especially that one game where they was competing, like I appreciate it. Probably wish they went to 50. instead of 40, and they could have focused more on the basketball and less on like
100%.
the performances, like the mid game on the championship game tribute to TNT. Like we get it say last year, but how many tributes we gonna do? Like good gracious,
Nah, for
like
real.
that's the 18th tribute already
Yeah, it was a
this
lot.
season.
It was OD, bro.
So
Yeah, nah, man, like, yeah, like, I don't know. I agree with kind of what the conversation was today about and yesterday about what Draymond said. It just didn't feel right to me having dudes who ain't make the All-Star game play on the All-Star game. You know what I'm saying? But I understand what the position they are in. They trying to spice it up, but that felt a little weird to me. But that was the first time, or that was the time that I agree with you, Spate, that it did seem like they were playing hard because they definitely didn't want to lose. Because I mean, I was watching that and I'm like, man, if this Rising Stars team really like won this, like that shit would be crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like these
Yeah.
dudes ain't really all stars. No disrespect to them, but they just not. But yeah, it was just too much antics, man. Like I agree with that too. Like it was just too much antics with it. You kind of forgot it was a basketball game, and then you got like the team was out so quick that lost. You know what I'm saying? Like Kenny team, it's like, and those dudes was more the newer all stars. I'm like, man, you barely really even got to see them play for real. They might have played 5 minutes for real, which kind of sucked.
Yeah.
But that was kind of my only thing with it. But I understand what position it is, and they just trying anything to kind of spice the game up. But I kind of think they just need to kind of go back to what it was. And I just feel like dudes will kind of commit to playing a little bit harder for real. But I tell you one thing, that dude Wemby was playing too hard, bruh. Like, I'm like, hey, bro, like, you got to comment on down, bro.
Wemby
like,
was going crazy.
bro
When
was
you
doing
text
too
me that,
much.
Carter, when you text me about that during the game, bro, I was over here rolling, bro.
Bro, he was playing so hard, bro.
And if you saw the mic'd up like that they released later, it made sense. He was out there trying. I mean, he been hearing the narrative, bro. Like that the All Star
yeah,
game is whack. He's the leader of this new generation for the most. He's going to be the leader of this new generation. And like, bro, we can't have this lackluster. And I do think that I want to see at least 1 year, bro, of the USA versus the world. Like I know the argument against it is like you gotta have a full team, but I don't know. I just want to see it. I think that there's going to be a few years where you have enough guys where even if because Giannis was listing out the players, most of the dudes he was listing out were bigs. You got Shingun, those type of guys, but even if all you have is a Luka and a Shea and a Jamal Murray or somebody like that as your guards, it still would be interesting, bro. Because I think you would. That's a lot of pride on the line. You know, them USA cats ain't gonna try to lose that. So
Nah,
I think that would be fun.
yeah. And I'm in the camp of like these players can't complain. Like y'all have been piss poor for it's the way y'all have handled it. I believe LeBron is to blame for all of this at the end of the day, but we can talk about that another day because no, I can talk about it now.
Man, what was up with
um,
that, bruh? I didn't mean to cut you off. He came up there. He ain't been there all weekend, bruh. Came and didn't even put on the jersey for the pictures, bruh. I'm like, bruh, that joke was just kind of disrespectful to me because I was like, hey, man, like, I seen him show up in the street clothes, but I thought he was going to at least put the warm-up on like Giannis did.
yeah,
And I'm like, man, it's
uh,
more about like I get it, you've been an all-star so many times, 21 year in the league, but it's more like, and you probably relate to it too, Spade, because you married. Like, it's kind of like a wedding photo type deal. It's like, bro, these dudes is like, it's their first time ever all-star game. Everybody and LeBron over there in street clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, bro, you gonna have these pictures hanging up the rest of your life, and this nigga LeBron in street clothes, bro, like, because he just
I
showed up,
mean,
and that joke was just kind of, it just felt a little disrespectful to me. You know what I'm saying? But hey, he the king. He kind of gets do
I
what he
think
want to
like
do.
yeah, I was about to say
But
I'm not saying this just because I'm a Laker fan. I honestly believe that we just are nitpicking. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I get what you're saying about him not dressing out for the picture, but like think about that. Like if that's all we're gonna complain about, that's really nothing to really complain about. This whoever I get. The part of there's dudes who want to get that picture, that photo op or whatever, but my man's LeBron is giving so much to the game, bro. It's his
yeah,
21st All Star. He was gonna give it a try.
no,
I
no,
genuinely think
no,
he was gonna give
no.
it a
I'm
try.
sorry. I
he's
had to
still
cut you
the
off
face of
there.
the league, though, bro. It's a certain like, come on, bro. You got to keep a certain level of
And, and
professionalism.
and and let's be honest, like what I was about to say was in some ways he destroyed this weekend. One, he made it cool for the all stars not to do the dunk competition. So the reason why we going, oh, who would be nice to see is because of him. Two, if you go back to when Kobe was still in the league, and you know I'm not a Kobe guy, but when Kobe was still in the league competing, when he first got in there and Kobe called him out 1-on-1 and LeBron stepped out the way because he didn't want to compete. From that moment, the All-Star weekend has been downhill. You know, it's been a couple spur months like when a couple good ones like when Kobe had passed. Outside of that, it's been downhill. And then combine it with like you come like Brandon saying you don't dress, which I think that got a lot to do with the trade. Like I'm starting to believe he really didn't know. And you know the whole reporting that he was upset that Luka was able to get what he wanted immediately with the Mark Williams trade. Like I think there's I know Perk had mentioned it too. Like I think LeBron was trying to make a statement like, hey, I'm still LeBron. And it's like, bro, this ain't what that weekend for, especially when you've killed one Saturday event and had a big hand in my opinion, on Sunday. Nah, like, come on, bro. And then if you look when his team was playing, he's back there on his phone.
I
Like,
did see him
he
on his
wasn't
phone.
even,
Bro,
like,
it's on his
yeah, like he
phone.
wasn't even into the game, dog. Like, come on, bro.
Bro, it's on
Go
his
stay
phone.
home.
I mean, but once
Do
again,
what Anthony.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. And those are valid things to have gripes with him about. But I'm just saying, like, once again, we're nitpicking about the All
Mike would
Star,
never.
about him not dressing, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He didn't play. They're not even talking about dudes like I heard Nick Wright say that joint today. It's like Anthony Edwards didn't even tell nobody he wasn't gonna play. They told us after the game or during the game that he wasn't gonna play. We just had to find out that way. I mean, because it's LeBron, people want to see him out there, but he's been out there 20 times, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it
Yeah.
is at this
But
point. Your man's
but if
40
you
years old, bro.
just
Like, he's
drop twenty
40.
I
five
mean,
hundred dollars each on you and your son's ticket, bro, to go out there and see LeBron at the All-Star game, you want to see LeBron at the All-Star game. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
and
Like,
I do. Like I said, that's a fair gripe. I mean, I genuinely think he was going to try to get out there and play. I really do, because it's not like the type of game where LeBron is really good about the fans, and it's not the type of game where he could, he has to go out there and try super hard. If he wanted to go out there, I think it was like 2 years ago when he actually was dealing with an injury, and they didn't want him and AD to go out there and play. He went out there and played for like 7 minutes or something. So I think if he really couldn't have, he would, but he's 40 years old, bro. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I think, I don't know. Like I said, it is what it is.
I,
Those are fair gripes that y'all have. So I don't want to cake too hard
yeah.
for him. I just think we nitpicking a little bit.
I definitely ain't
So
tripping about him playing. Like, I understand him not playing. Now that part of it, he is old. I'm just saying, like, he could have at least respected the weekend and the ceremony. That's kind of more I
I
don't
feel
like.
that.
Throw a warm up on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Giannis do a warm up on. He had his
Yeah, I
kids
feel
with
you.
him. He sit beside his kids on the bench and everything, bro. He wasn't on the phone texting and doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
But hey,
Yeah,
if he texting you,
Yeah.
just know how boring the game is. You know what I'm saying? You start texting too, bro. How
yeah.
boring the game gotta be. You know what I'm saying?
Might
He
have
don't
been a
want to
business
show
deal.
up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's the
And too, like I get the Anthony Edwards comparison, but as they say, heavy is the head that wears the crown, and he regularly puts the crown on his own head, imaginary as it is. So nah, you can't hold LeBron to an Anthony Edwards
Well,
standard. Like,
that's because of the
nah.
moniker King James, bro. That's not because he's king of the NBA. Like, the man ain't made
Yeah,
the man ain't won the championship in 5 years, ain't sniffed it in 5 years, for real, for real. I mean, that's just because he's the King James moniker. I mean, I don't really know. Come on, Spate.
but he's still the face of the NBA right now, ain't
But is that his fault? That's what I'm saying. He is that good of a player where he's a model citizen. He really champions all the events. He went hard on the first NBA World Cup joint. I mean, he champions all the NBA events. He's a great, active NBA ambassador for the league. That's why I'm like, it's nitpicking really. You know what I mean? Like, LeBron does enough. So if the only thing we can nitpick him about is the decision to go to Miami, being playing the GM, all the time, and then what he's done the All
the
Star weekend,
GM.
I think his legacy is pretty
It's
is gonna be
cool,
fine.
bro.
But
It's
you know what I'm
straight.
saying? But I do, like I said, once again, those are fair gripes that y'all are saying. If I was a paying customer, I would have been like, yo, damn, I would have been a little bit, well, not me because I'm a grown man, but if my son, wanted to see LeBron from Space Jam and we were there and we saw him in just regular street clothes, I'd have some explaining to do to my son.
he?
So I
And,
get you.
And it probably bothered me a little more too because I had actually won free tickets to All Star Weekend, but I had to pay for travel and lodging. That shit looked a little expensive,
No,
so I
yeah,
almost went.
yeah.
And one of the things where I was like, well, I guess I ain't seen no hairline play in person before, so I got there. So if I would have spit that bread, I'd have been hot. I ain't gonna lie
You would
to
have
you.
been hot.
Yeah,
Now,
I
is he
feel
But
you.
LeBron at the All Star game, bro?
well, because it's a couple All Stars I haven't seen play,
I
and when
feel
I
that.
had like Hornets tickets, he hasn't really played in Charlotte much. I think he's only played in Charlotte like once. So um yeah, so it's
Mm,
just been an opportunity to see a couple All Stars play who I haven't seen. And like I said, I had free tickets until I saw like flights for 600,
yeah.
hotels another
Well,
400.
nah,
And I'm
those are
like, well,
free.
dang,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that ticket ain't free no more,
yeah.
like at all.
yeah, facts.
So, but is there anything else y'all got on the All Star game?
Nah, man. Hopefully they add the 1v1. That would be fire. If they add the 1v1, that would be the one thing I feel like could save the weekend. But I'm
All
very
money on
pessimistic on that because I just don't
Kyrie.
feel like the best players is gonna really want to take that loss. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think that. They'd rather let the conversation go. Who got the best bag? Luka or Shea? Jason Tatum or Ja? You know, they don't want to really get out there and scrap it out. So it is what it is.
No money
So,
on
with
Kyrie.
that,
The Wizard.
with with that being said, though, give a shout out to I don't know how much y'all paid to the Unrivalry, the women's 3-on-3
Shout
league.
out to
They
them.
had a 1-on-1 tournament,
Yeah, that was cool.
It's pretty
and it was
good.
Friday. Yeah, it was actually pretty good. So
Yeah,
going on what you were saying, like if the guys did that, they're trying to be dope. Like I legit left the celebrity game, and that's what I was watching Friday night. Like that joint was alright,
yeah, me
but
too. I saw it too. Yeah.
yeah. But with that being said, man, we didn't speak on it in the week after, but we can kind of get some quick thoughts on what y'all thought about the Super Bowl game and halftime. I mean, for me, for it's the game, my my main thought is, Brandon, and I'll tell you this: I'm never watching a football game again with Adam where I'm rooting for the team. I watched the Super Bowl with the Panthers, we lost. I was rooting for Patrice Mahomes with Adam, we lost. He is no longer invited to Super Bowls where I have a rooting interest. It got to be like the Broncos versus the Seahawks for him to come back over. Like it's never happening.
Come on, bro.
Sorry.
Don't do that to me,
He
bro.
came over here with his bad luck.
Come on,
The
man.
only thing I had was my oldest daughter beat his son, 3 out of 4 times to connect four. That's the only thing I had to root for.
He let her
But
win. He let her win. But I mean, bro, come on.
okay.
Don't take that away from me, bro. Your wife's buffalo chicken dip, bro. I need that in my life. Like, don't take that away. Seriously.
But yeah, like the game for me, Patrice fan, so it was a little sad. And the halftime performance, my little quick thought, I think it was trash outside of him doing the not like us at the end. Like that part was dope. Enjoyed that, but I believe the beginning of it was trash. And I think Kendrick just kind of has this he just got this thing where I compare it to like Pimple Butterfly, where it ain't great. Ain't nobody listen to Pimple Butterfly, but the critics are gonna say it's amazing. He's giving a message, all these reasons why it won't great, but we was sitting in the house, we won't going crazy. So one a fan at halftime, one a fan of the outcome of the game, and shout out Eden for beating on Adam's son in Connect Four. That's all I got for you.
Man, let me follow up, Carter. All right. So, anyway, first of all, don't be coming for my son on this podcast, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk about how my son was about to dunk on your daughter when he was about 3 years old. All right. So, like, he's been a ball player since he doesn't have time for Connect Four. All right. He's in the gym. But anyway, uh, as far as, let me talk on the halftime first because I do kind of agree with you. I was underwhelmed by the performance, but I'm a Kendrick fan, so I do feel like I like the songs. He was clearly trying to push the album, the GNX album. I think from what I've heard, that wasn't even like the real album that he's been saying was on the way. He kind of just released that because of the wave that was going on right now. So I think he was really just trying to push sales on that before he drops like his next album, which is cool, But he was definitely trying to do some imagery and things, which clearly we don't have to discuss all of them because there was a million articles about him. So I did like that. It made me like the performance a little bit more once I knew some of the meanings that didn't go right over my head. But I do. I was just hoping, like, with it being his a halftime performance, you get like 20 minutes, 25 minutes to really just put on. I felt like he could have just, we got 8, 9 tracks for Kendrick, even if they not radio hits like you would call them, Spade, that you could put on and it would have made for a dope show. I know Kendrick is capable of that, so I'm not gonna hate on it too much. But as far as the game is concerned, man, it's so crazy seeing Pat get blown out like that. It makes me feel more like Tom Brady is the GOAT, because I just remember when Peyton Manning got blown out by the Seahawks. I remember the first thing I said to Carter after that was, "There's no way Tom would have lost like that." I just feel like Tom is kind of like he's like LeBron to the nth degree in terms of dictating pace and stuff like that. If his defense can to come to play even for a stretch of the game, he's gonna capitalize on that moment. He's gonna like capitalize on drives. That's just how I feel. You know what I mean? In the games that he lost, they never got blown out. I just put it like that. So that was surprising to see from Pat. Took like some of the invincibility armor off of it, but I mean, you got to give credit to the Eagles, man. Like, all 3 phases of the game, they were just dominant. You know what I mean? They ran the football. Like, they play like – that was like how our blueprint in 2015, like if for Cam just to, like, methodically, move the ball downfield. But when they give you those running lanes, you crush their ass for 20, 25 yards whenever they give them to you. Jalen Hurts clearly, after that last Super Bowl, he was like, I'm not going to force the ball. If they give me these running lanes, I'm gonna take them, and I'm just going to be the leading rusher in this. It was a great game plan, man. They deserve that one for sure.
Yeah, as far as halftime, I mean, it was what it was. I won't really like crazy hype about it. I felt like, kind of like you, Adam. I felt like he had other tracks like that he could have did. Like I won't really like feeling it like that. I just felt like he just used it. And he did the. I ain't never really been in a Super Bowl where the artist just does like they hold one album, whatever album they got out. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he did like Damn and whatever, but from the old stuff. But I was just like, I feel like he kind of squandered the opportunity for people to really kind of appreciate his music and even get new fans. I mean, I know the numbers probably say they listen to it, I'm sure, but I felt like he could have did better as far as that. The game, I was disappointed. I mean, I was going for the Chiefs as a football historian myself. I wanted to see a three-peat. I feel like we'll probably never ever see that again, and that's just hard in the NFL in general to even get to that point. So I was definitely a little disappointed in the outcome of that. But I mean, the Eagles, I mean, they just built right, man. When your defense, I think Jordan Davis might be one of the oldest people on the defense, aside from like the obvious like Brandon Grahams and stuff like that. But guys like that, but as far as that core defense, I think he's 25 or 26. So you know what I'm saying. Both corners are 23. Nolan Smith, I believe, is like 25 or 24 himself. You know what I'm saying? So they Jalen Carter is 24, 25 himself. So, besides that, like to be that young and, they to have that young defense like that and to not be playing Hurts, they got a friendly deal with Hurts paying him early for that first Super Bowl appearance, that extension. So they kind of getting a discount on that, which is crazy. And you still got a wealth of riches like that. I'm sure they're going to repay Braun. If not, the Panthers need to go ahead and try to pay Braun whatever he wants.
Go ahead and pick him right on up.
Yeah, but he a 4-3 linebacker. We'll ruin him, put him at 3-4. But either way, I was definitely disappointed with the outcome. I thought the Chiefs would put up a better fight, but I mean, you could just tell, man, when that play after when Hop dropped that pass and they showed Chris Jones drop to his knees,
it was over.
I knew it was over, bro.
Yeah,
you could just tell, like, the momentum and everything. They had nothing. Like, nothing was going their way. And when he dropped that pass, and, Hop never drops passes, especially like that. Wide open. I ain't going to say if he would have scored, but that at least was going to be a 40, 50-yard game. When he dropped that, bro, it was just like, yeah, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Like, that whole first half, I don't think the O-line won a rep, bro. I don't think the O-line won a rep. I was watching that. I'm like, the O-line did not win a rep this entire half. Like, they did not win one rep.
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't.
Yeah, it's crazy. Across the board, they didn't win a rep, man. You bring in 4 and you get home like that. I mean, I got to tip my hat to the Eagles. Panthers should have beat them. Panthers should have beat the Chiefs too as well. But It is what it is. But I tip my hat to the Eagles, man. It was very disappointing though. I hate when me personally. I hate when a season like that, because the same thing happened with college football. Happened with college football the last 2 years. When it's a good season like that, the final game ends up so trash, bro. It's just so disappointing, bro. It's so disappointing, bro.
Yeah, and too, I would just say, like, to me, I felt like kudos belongs to the NFC because we know the Chiefs O line hasn't been great all season, and the AFC just didn't. They didn't face the D lines to really take advantage of it, and when they played the Eagles, like that was the D line who was gonna say, "Hey, a guard playing tackle ain't gonna get it done," and it didn't get it done. So kudos to them. And also, just going quick back to the halftime. I don't know if y'all watched Lil Wayne's SNL performance from this weekend, and him doing that is just like, yeah, they should have gave it to Wayne. Let him do it in his hometown, especially counting they did the whole little New Orleans tribute in the beginning with Master P and whatnot. Like, it'd have been dope if they'd gave that thing to Wayne.
I didn't see it. Was the SNL joint was fire? I didn't see it.
Yeah, like he did what was supposed to happen. He did Lollipop, 6'7", a Millie,
The
Miss
classics.
Officer,
Yeah.
all hits, all the Wayne hits, and knew the lyrics, looked coherent, all the stuff they tried to knock him for. Like it's a little 6 minute performance, but and he had the Roots band behind him, so that just took it even to another level. But y'all check it out, cute
Yeah.
little 6 minutes.
I'm at the peak.
But speaking of people on stage, Adams trivia. What you got for us?
So this is Name That Panther. I'm just going to be giving you guys just some random facts about him, draft date, that type of thing. You guys are going to be able to figure out most of them pretty easily. Some of them are, guys who only were with the team maybe 3 or 4 years. But they were they were with us, they were staples on the team. So we'll start with this one. This guy was drafted in '99. He played his entire career with the Panthers. He had double-digit sack seasons in 2002 and 2003, so he was part of the 03 Super Bowl run. Played on the defensive line. A one-time Pro Bowler. Any guesses so far?
You said he played his entire career, so they take out what you call it,
From
and what's called way more than that.
99 to 2007.
So not.
Defensive end, if I need to be more specific.
Not Mike Rucker.
Who was it?
Yep, it's Mike Rucker. Job, big dog. All right, I got another one for you. All right, so this guy. I'm going to skip over him. I was going to do Dwayne Jarrett and throw y'all off. All right, so this guy was a second-round pick in 1997 out of Nebraska. All right, he had 17 total interceptions over his 10 seasons with the team. He only played for us. He led the league in interceptions returned for a touchdown in 2003. 11 total sacks for his career.
2003.
He was a defensive back. Clearly.
Defensive back?
Yeah.
Chris Gamble?
Nah, not
cornerback.
cornerback.
Ricky Manning Jr. Ricky Manning Jr.
Yeah, I wasn't Ricky Manning.
Oh.
Play safety.
Play safety. Mike Minner?
Yep, Mike Minner.
Okay.
Yep.
Safety was a dead giveaway.
You ain't had no guesses on that one, huh?
Hey man, Brandon was cooking.
Yeah, right, man. Yeah, right.
Brandon was cooking.
All right, let's go. All right, this one's a good one. All right, this dude, he played for 2 teams. We drafted him in 2006. He only played for 2 teams in his whole career. Running back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, 2008, 2009. Led the league with rushing touchdowns with 18 in 2008.
2008. Davis.
No. Stephen Davis was off the team by then.
2008. So
It can't be D'Angelo because he had more than 2 seasons.
No, I said he back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, but there was D'Angelo. Those was his only 2,000-yard seasons with the team, actually, bro. I thought that was crazy. I got that from Sports Reference itself. He's had like 900-yard seasons, but when we had double trouble popping, Those was the only 2 seasons where he hit
Yeah.
1,000, bro. That was crazy.
That is crazy.
So, kind
I swear I thought he had more than just two.
nah, bro. It kind of makes sense why Jonathan Stewart is our all-time leading rusher now when you really think about it. Because they both played about the same number
Yeah.
of seasons, but Jay Stewart is just consistently giving us 1,000. See. All right, so I got another one for you. This guy, we drafted him in 2010. He was a 4-year starter with the team. He did win a Super Bowl, just not with us. He played for 2 other teams after he left us. Wide receiver. 2010 to 2013.
2010 through
Yep.
2013.
Yeah.
Won the Super Bowl after he left us.
Let me give you some of his yards and stats. Maybe that will help you. He had 13 total touchdowns over his tenure. He had
Brittenberg.
2003. Nah.
Oh my goodness. So you said he won a Super Bowl, right?
He did win a Super Bowl, just not with us. I can't tell you the team that'll give it away.
He won it with the Patriots.
I can't tell you the team that'll give it away.
What's my? If this is who I think it is, his last name started with L. If I'm who I'm thinking of.
You're getting warmer.
Gosh, what is his name? It ain't Brandon Lewis. I want to say
Oh,
Brandon
you
Lewis,
talking
but it ain't
about
Brandon
Brandon LaFell. I couldn't stand that
Brandon
dude,
LaFell.
trash can, bro.
Why you say it like that, bro?
LSU, bro.
Why you say it like that, bro? We talking about Panther players here. Don't be talking shit.
Bro, that dude was a trash can, man.
Salute to Brandon LaFell for his service, man.
If he would have I called him trash when he was on the team. I was glad to see him go. Then he wouldn't have got a ring.
Mute his microphone. All right, let me read this next one out. All right.
Hey, I thought his name was Brandon Lewis.
No, you mute his microphone.
I forgot about Brandon LaFell, though.
Good Jesus! All right, let me go to somebody else. Name that Panther who Carter's not going to absolutely shit on. Let's see. All right.
He ain't in the Ring of Honor. He ain't even hit the drum. We don't care about that dude. We do not care about that guy.
Drum, bro.
He is not pounding the drum one time.
Here's a dude who's gonna probably hit the keep pounding drum in the future. He's not on the team anymore, but he was drafted in 2007, 3-time Pro Bowler, 1-time All Pro. That might give it away right there. Led the league in solo tackles in 2008. That might give it away again right there. Played with us for 7 years, only played for one other team.
John Beeson?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, this was really the Brandon Carter show. I mean, it's fate.
Hey, man.
I am a sports historian, man. I tell you, stump the swamp, stump the straps. That's the new.
Spate was throwing Spate was throwing in a name or two every once in a while, man. I expected more from Spate.
Hey man, I gave y'all Brandon Lewis, so I don't know what you want me to do.
That's why I'm disappointed. He's in Brandon Lewis. Damn. All right. Anyway, that's Panthers trivia for today, fellas.
Hey man, and off that, man, we got the Panthers. It's off season, and I came across this article on ESPN about potential wide receivers just coming up that either can be traded for or expected to potentially be cut or just outright free agents. And I was wondering who you guys would like for us to go after. Do y'all want me to go through some of the names they got?
Yeah, list them out for us.
So they have it broken down: trade candidates, Tyreek Hill, Deebo Samuels, and then cut candidates are Devontae Adams, Christian Kirk, Cooper Kupp, Tyler Lockett, and Keenan Allen. And then Brandon Cooks, Amari Cooper. So that next tier, Stephon Diggs. They even got Adam Thielen.
They already said Adam.
But they don't have T. Higgins. Yeah, but they don't have T. Higgins up here.
Because I thought you said those was cut or trade candidates. T. Higgins about to be a free agent, ain't he?
Yeah, but it says free agents too, but I don't see T. Higgins' name whatsoever.
Interesting.
But
yeah, I mean,
and of course we know T. Higgins.
Yeah, I mean, out of the list you gave us, though, bro, like there's certain dudes on the list. They say Adam Thielen's already gonna come back. I don't need another dude who's not gonna be a difference maker. I mean, a dude like Devontae Adams or Cooper Kupp, they could come to the team and they could surely make a difference in terms of we have another set of sure hands. But I want somebody who we already got somebody who, if we need to make a go-to on third down, we can move the chains. We got Adam Thielen and we got our two young stud receivers. So out of the dudes you named, I would think Tyreek Hill would be probably the best. You know, if you're just asking me my wish list, he's not going to come to us. But if you just ask me my wish list, that would be it. I still feel like having a Garrett Wilson is probably the best option. We already got two big receivers, and Garrett can line up all over the field. So if we have our pick and T is off the market, I go for probably Garrett. You know what I'm saying, or Tyreek.
Yeah, I'm going. If I out of all of them, I'm going Tyreek is the best option for us. I mean, I think he gives us that deep threat. I mean, he just opened the entire field up for us. He can. I mean, he's not just a deep threat receiver, but of course that's one of his strengths. But that vertical threat is what we really need. We don't have a vertical threat at all. Leggett is cool. You know what I'm saying? He gets separation. He drops the ball. Hopefully we sure that up this year, but having Tyreek, I think, would definitely open everything up for our offense. And then the second one, if I could have, after that one, I'll probably go Garrett Wilson, just because he gets. I think we're straight on the outside with Coker out there. We got Sanders. He can work in the inside, that intermediate stuff and those between the number type throws as well. So, but Garrett Wilson will give us that slot receiver threat, someone who's dependable on third down, who's significantly younger than Adam Thielen, but can also still play the outside and the inside. So wouldn't have any problem with that. We could run bubble screens and different things for him too as well, and kind of use him as a gadget guy. So I would take him as number 2. Then I go T. Then maybe Debo, but I mean, we already kind of got a weapon in Leggett. That's what Leggett is kind of literally supposed to be. What
Yeah, I don't want
Debo
Debo,
is. So
man.
I probably go Cooper over that. The only reason I probably don't got Cooper up a little bit higher is just that he older and those injuries.
Yeah, I don't think either of them two dudes is gonna be able to stay healthy for sure.
Yeah. For me, some of those receivers like the Garrett Wilsons, and even Tyreek Hill, like I'm a little anti because I really don't want us to trade away assets right now. Like I think we still can do some overall roster building. So I would want to leave with either a free agent or someone cut. Um, I I like Keenan Allen just to bring some more veteran leadership to the receiving core, with a young quarterback and the young two receivers, especially Leggett. Same with Cup. So I would be cool with a cheap veteran and continue to still build out the rest of the roster. But unless you can get T Higgins without trading for him, that would be my number one probably. If you can get him without trading for him and you just pay because we should have cap room. Well, we do have some cap room, so that would kind of be where I'm at with it. But anybody we would have to trade for, or give up draft assets for, I would be anti just because we can use that on roster building.
I get that. I definitely get that. I can't really say I disagree with it. I mean, I like our receiver. I was really thinking they literally just said a couple weeks ago. It was maybe the week of Super Bowl. They were like they want to bring Adam Thielen back. Because he was talking about possibly wanting to finish off his last couple years with a contending team. But they were like they want to bring him back. So I'm just thinking about who would be the odd man out. If you think about it, when Deontay was there. You weren't seeing a lot of Coker and X. You know what I mean? I feel like it's kind of going to be one or the other. So if we get one of these guys, it's like who's going to be the odd man out? If they're thinking about keeping Thielen, I feel like Coker deserves more run, but they got more invested in X with him being the second round pick. So that would be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, yeah. Or that competition make him focus a little more get them hands up a little bit. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean,
But
yeah.
with that being said, man,
My
good.
bad. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead, bro.
Oh yeah, I was just about to say, man, was there anything else you fellas want to touch on before we, call it a night
Shout out JJ
and drop
Jensen.
this hop?
Shout out JJ Jensen re-signing with the Panthers, man. Longest tenure Panther. He's back. He's back in the building. Long snapper.
Yeah, I
Hey
Congratulations.
mean,
man.
Clap it up for
I
him.
guess something to be excited about. I guess. I guess. Look, that's how you keep the culture together, right? Bringing back guys like Jansen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, good
Yeah,
timing.
man.
Yeah, but nah, man, that was hopefully I know we only touched on the Panthers for a little bit, but hopefully we got some moves coming down the pike, man. Hopefully we got some moves. I'm fully invested in basketball season right now. We got Duke on. My Lakers is doing their thing. So, in due time we'll be back fully fledged in the Panthers. But, right now it's basketball season, fellas.
Yes,
You know what
sir.
time it is.
March is on the horizon.
Spade don't
Yeah,
want to talk about
NBA
March.
basketball.
Yeah, Spade don't want to
It's
talk about
NBA
March.
basketball season.
And
It's NBA basketball. Like y'all said, man. Let's shout out the NBA, man. I'm excited, for this NBA playoffs or whatnot, and then we can go into college football and NFL. So,
sure.
and this March thing, I don't even know what y'all talking about, because we're at football school, Chapel Bill. Uh,
Oh, we'll be talking to you. Don't even worry about it. We'll be talking to you.
you don't need to. You don't need to.
Okay.
Don't save it. But yeah. But we'll of course, as March Madness get there, we'll of course talk about that. We might need to see if we can get a little bracket room, a DABSports bracket room on one of the platforms, and have do a little competition with our
I'm
subscribers,
with it. I'm with it.
Absolutely.
all almost 60 of them.
Yeah.
But once again, it's only 57. Share it. Let's get this thing up to 60,
Let's
and
try.
let's by April, let's hit 100. We can do it. Ready to give away some tickets to another game once we hit it. So let's do it. And like, comment, subscribe, and
Please.
share.
Please. All
Uh,
right, fellas. It's
all
always
right,
good,
y'all.
man. I'll
Yep.
Yes,
let y'all.
sir.
Peace.
All right, boys.
Oh shit.
Where my